Hong Kong.
I've seen 3 people pass away in these rooms. When they start to smell, we call the police.
One of the most photographed cities on Earth, a place where the world comes to do business, to spend money, to marvel. A harbor so beautiful it has been called the Jewel of Asia. But here's what the postcards never show you. Behind the glitter, behind the billion-dollar towers and the luxury penthouses, there are human beings living inside wooden boxes. Not metaphorically, literally. Boxes. Spaces smaller than a parking spot. Spaces where a grown adult cannot stretch out their legs. Spaces that the people of Hong Kong have come to call coffin homes. A wooden box built inside another apartment. These places exist, and they are not hidden away in some forgotten corner of the world. They exist right here in Hong Kong. Let us start from the very beginning. Because before you can feel anything about this story, you need to understand exactly what you are looking at. From the outside, it looks like any other old building in Hong Kong. 5, 6, maybe 7 stories tall, narrow, packed between 2 other identical buildings, no garden, no lobby, no security guard, just a heavy door, a dark staircase, and the smell of damp concrete. Now let us go inside, floor by floor, and I want you to picture this clearly. What was once a single-family apartment, maybe 500 to 700 square feet, designed for one household, has been sliced up, cut apart like a cake at a birthday party. Except nobody here is celebrating. Landlords take that one apartment and carve it, illegally, in most cases, into anywhere from 10 to 15 separate units. Now here's the part that will make your jaw drop. Each of those units is nothing more than a wooden or metal box. We are talking roughly 15 to 30 square feet. That is the size of a standard bathroom in most homes around the world. Some are stacked, 2 boxes on top of each other like bunk beds, bolted to the floor and ceiling with metal frames or welded wire mesh. Strangers, inches above each other, separated by nothing but a thin sheet of plywood. Inside this box, a person has tried, God bless them, they have tried, to build a life. A thin mattress takes up almost the entire floor space. A small television, sometimes no bigger than a tablet, mounted or balanced somewhere close. A mini fridge, squeezed in sideways, plastic bags nailed to the walls to hold belongings, and a single, bare light bulb overhead, so close to your face when you lie down you could unscrew it with your teeth. There's no window in most of these units. There is no ventilation. There is certainly no air conditioning, and we will talk about what that means in the Hong Kong summer heat very soon. Now step back out of that box and look down the corridor of the apartment. This corridor, sometimes barely wide enough for one person to walk through sideways, is shared by all 12 to 15 residents on this floor. At the end of the corridor, there is one toilet. One, shared by everyone. Sometimes a kitchen, sometimes just a hot plate sitting on a shelf, sometimes nothing at all. Now multiply this by every floor in the building, then multiply it by thousands of buildings across Hong Kong. That is what we are talking about. That is what 220,000 human beings, always including 40,000 children, wake up to every single morning. And let me tell you something right now. This is not a story from 50 years ago. This is Hong Kong. Today. So who exactly ends up here? Who are the 220,000 people that the world's 4th most densely populated city has essentially decided to store away like old furniture? The honest answer is people who had no other choice. Most are elderly. Many are working poor. Some are migrants. Some are single mothers. Some are former factory workers whose industries left Hong Kong decades ago and who never recovered financially. There are ex-offenders here, mentally ill patients, ethnic minorities, and yes, there are children. Thousands of children growing up in these boxes, children who do their homework on the same mattress they sleep on, children who have never had a room of their own, Children who ask their mothers, why do we always have to live in such small flats? And the mother says, because mommy doesn't have any money. Can you imagine looking your child in the eye and saying that every single day?
喺呢度讀書係開心啲定係
開心啲，
冇咁大壓力？
冇咁大壓力啦，因為喺內地做功課。
In mainland China, the studying pressure is much more. They have many homeworks. Her eldest daughter, she have to do her homework maybe until 2 to 3 a.m. in the morning. But in Hong Kong, she can finish more earlier.
Let us talk real numbers so this truly sinks in. A Coffin home bed space in Wang Fuk Court right now costs around 2,200 to 2,500 Hong Kong dollars a month. That is roughly 280 to 320 US dollars. On top of that, water and electricity, charged separately by the landlord, sometimes overcharged beyond what is legal. Now here is where it gets cruel, and I mean genuinely, deeply cruel. The waiting list for government public housing in Hong Kong currently stands at over 250,000 applications. The average wait? 5.5 years. 5.5 years of living in a box while your name slowly crawls up a government list. Is that a city or is that a cage? And about that summer heat I mentioned, because we cannot move past this without you truly understanding what it means. A 2025 survey found that summer nights inside Hong Kong's subdivided flats can feel as hot as 44 degrees Celsius. 44 degrees in a sealed wooden box with no window at night. Most residents cannot afford to run an air conditioner, even if one exists, because the landlord charges them extra for every unit of electricity. So they lie there, soaking, sweating, in the dark, in 44-degree heat, in a city where a 5-bedroom mansion recently sold for 2.2 billion Hong Kong dollars. $2.2 billion, one mansion, and 220,000 people are baking alive in wooden boxes 20 minutes away. Let that contrast sit with you for a moment. Now here's the part of this story where we have to ask the uncomfortable question. Who is making money from all of this? Because somebody is. Somebody always is. Let us start with the landlords. A typical landlord takes one apartment, which they may have bought decades ago at a fraction of today's price, and subdivides it into 12 to 15 separate units. Instead of earning rent from one family, they now collect rent from 12 to 15 individuals every single month. No real maintenance, no upgrades, no accountability. The law that was supposed to regulate this dates back to 1994. It says that any bed space premises with 12 or more beds must be licensed. 12 or more. So what did the landlords do? You already know the answer. They kept exactly 11 beds, not 12, 11. Just one short of the legal requirement, year after year, building after building, for 30 years. Is that not the coldest kind of calculation you have ever heard? These are not ignorant people. These are calculated people. People who looked at a law designed to protect the poor and found the exact loophole to drive through it. And they have been driving through it for 3 decades. But the landlords are only one part of the equation. The bigger story is the government itself. Hong Kong sits on 1,115 square kilometers of land, but only 25% of that land is developed. The rest, hills, protected land, private lots, developer-owned parcels, sits unused. More than 11,000 hectares of usable, underutilized land is sitting in the hands of property developers, private owners, and the government. There is a word for what happens when a society allows its elderly to die in boxes, and that word is shame. November 26th, 2025, 2:51 in the afternoon, Tai Po District, New Territories, Hong Kong, a cigarette butt. One carelessly discarded cigarette butt. That is all it took. The Wang Fuk Court housing complex, 8 high-rise towers, 2,000 apartments, roughly 4,800 residents, caught fire, and it did not stop burning for 43 hours and 27 minutes. 7 of the 8 towers were consumed. By the time the fire was finally out, hundreds of families lost everything. It became the deadliest fire in Hong Kong in over 75 years, and it did not have to happen. Wang Fuk Court was not a coffin home. It was a public housing estate. But it shows us exactly what happens when fire meets overcrowded housing where safety has been ignored. The building was under renovation, wrapped in bamboo scaffolding and draped in nylon netting, with windows sealed shut using polystyrene foam panels. When the fire started, that scaffolding became a vertical highway for the flames. The netting burned, the foam burned, and the fire climbed, floor by floor, up the outside of the towers like a chimney. More than a third of the residents of Wang Fuk Court were elderly, over 65 years old. They could not move fast enough. Most of the 168 victims were found inside their own apartments, not in the stairways, not outside, inside their homes, trapped. Now think about this in the context of the coffin homes, because the Wang Fuk Court fire is a window into what lives inside every one of those buildings. Government data shows that fire safety violations are found in more than 60% of inspected buildings containing subdivided units. 60%. Flammable polystyrene used in construction. Shared electrical wiring overloaded with circuits running to 15 different units. Corridors so narrow that 2 people cannot pass each other. Exit paths that are blocked, locked, or never existed. Researchers from the University of Hong Kong found that some buildings housing coffin units contain up to 6 times the number of people they were originally designed for. 6 times the capacity in aging buildings with 1 staircase and 1 exit. And every single time, official investigations, arrests, promises, and then nothing changes. The heat in summer reaches 44 degrees inside those boxes. The fire risk is constant and documented. The landlords exploit legally. The government profits indirectly. The law protects the wrong people. And still, in the shadow of those gleaming towers, people wake up every morning, fold their legs into their box, make tea on a hot plate in a shared corridor, and go to work. Quietly, without protest signs, without viral moments. Just living, because that is all they can do. The title of this documentary is not an exaggeration. These places are called coffin homes because they look like coffins. They are shaped like coffins, and for many of the people inside them, they have become places where life slowly, quietly ends. Not with a dramatic death, not with headlines, but with the slow erosion of dignity, of hope, of the belief that your life matters. Hong Kong has not forgotten these people accidentally. It has forgotten them deliberately because they are not profitable to remember. That is the story of the coffin homes. And it is a story that should not be allowed to end quietly.